So very good morning class. Today is the class of types of definition in the UGC-NET paper 1, right? We will discuss the various types of definition which is already asked in the UGC-NET exam previous years, that we will discuss the different types of definition. That first starts from the definition that is first we'll understand that is intentional definition, right? I will write it and you will also make the notes with me, right? We will parallel make the notes with me, which is very much important definition that we will discuss today, right? So first, that is intentional definition. Okay. What about the intentional definition? Can anybody tell? If you have read about the definition, the types of definition, that it is very much important that what is intentional definitions. Yes. So please write it this whole thing. It's about the characteristics, right? So it is specifying, okay, it's specifying the properties or feature, right? Also the meaning of a term. For an example, so what we have said here, okay, intentional definition is the one which specify the properties or a feature, right? Which specify the properties or a feature and also the meaning of a term. Like for an example here, example देंगे intentional definitions का example. See, if I say that definition of the water, like the water in the chemistry के subject में water कैसे define होगा? How the in terms of the chemistry water will be defined, right? We may define the water like a compound of, right? I am writing it. Yes, a compound of hydrogen. Yes, very good. A compound of hydrogen and oxygen, right? And in physics, how will define? ये तो chemistry में आपने define कर दिया, right? This is in the chemistry that you have defined the water, a compound of hydrogen and oxygen, that is called as water. Okay, how will you define in the physics? Physics में कैसे define करेंगे? In the physics, that it will be defined like a liquid with freezing point of 0 degrees Celsius and boiling point कितना degree? Everybody, boiling point at 100 degree Celsius, right? So this is what in physics that we will tell, that a liquid with freezing point of 0 degree Celsius and the boiling point of 100 degree Celsius. Where in the chemistry we will tell that a compound of hydrogen and oxygen, right? So this is what that we have defined the properties, right? We have defined the properties of a term or the feature of a term. हमने उस टर्म की विशेषता को बताया, उसकी क्वालिटीज को बताया, उसके गुण को बताया, राइट? कि वाटर जो है हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन से मिला हुआ एक कंपाउंड है, राइट? सो ये क्या है? अगर आप किसी भी टर्म की प्रॉपर्टीज को बता रहे हैं या किसी भी टर्म की डेफिनेशंस को आप फीचर के रूप में बता रहे हैं, दैट इज व्हाट वी विल टर्म एज द इंटेंशनल डेफिनेशंस, राइट? इंटेंशनल डेफिनेशन, इट इज ऑल क्लियर? Everybody, intentional definition, it is clear? Yes, if it is clear, then say yes, everybody. Then we will move to the second definition, which is very much important. Chaliye. So I think all it is noted down, right? Chaliye. Second number, which is, yes, extensional definition. Extensional definition. What is extensional definition here? Please note it with me. Yes, extensional definition, it is specifying the class members of the term, right? Specifying the class members. Members का मतलब सदस्य, right? specifying the class members of the term, like the example here, right? Example I am giving here, the planets of the solar system, right? I'm defining the solar system here, that the planets of the solar system are Mercury. What are the systems? Everybody, what are the planets? जल्दी से बताएंगे. Earth, Mars, Jupiter, yes. Uranus, Saturn, yes, very good. Neptune and Pluto, right? So that way we define the solar system, like the planets of the solar system, that these are the class members, right? These all are the class members, right? Yes, very good. These all are the class members of the term, right? Which is an extensional definition. Yes, Pluto is not now. तो आप कैंसिल भी कर दीजिए यहाँ पर. स्पेसिफाइंग द क्लास मेंबर्स मतलब आपने समझा दैट हमने क्या किया, अलग अलग स्पेसिफाई कर दिया क्लास मेंबर्स को, दैट द प्लैनेट्स ऑफ द सोलर सिस्टम्स आर मरकरी, जुपिटर, अर्थ, मार्स, इस तरीके से, राइट? सो दिस कैन बी कंसिडर्ड एज extensional definition. It is clear? Specifying the class members of the term. It is all clear, everybody? Yes. Very good. This is extensional definition. चलिए. Next. Third types of definition. Stipulative definition, right? Stipulative definition. Stipulative definitions में लिखिए कि इसकी characteristics that it is an arbitrary specified definition, right? It is not used to explain the existing meaning of a term, meaning to a term. Okay, please write parallel with me. I will make you understand just after the writing. Term has already got a meaning. Okay, यहाँ पे देखिए, it is an arbitrary specified definition. It is not used to explain the existing meaning to a term, whether or not the term has already got a meaning, right? So like for an example, ये existing meaning के इसको explain नहीं करते, उसके लिए use नहीं किया जाता. ये जो है, like for an example, you will understand the better that if I say that here you are a star, right? You are a star. A star is different meaning, right? A star has different meaning. A star का मतलब होता है, ठीक है, a planet, a kind of a planet in the, ठीक है, स्टार भी एक तरीके planet और या मेटाफोर या जस्ट इन द, यस, जो हमें दिखती है आकाश में, दैट इज व्हाट द स्टार, इट इज रियल मीनिंग, राइट? जिस तरीके से ऐसे, राइट, दिस इज व्हाट द, like we can give it the symbol representation of the star, but here the meaning of the star, it is different, right? Yes, the metaphor, very good. This is what the connotative meaning, right? जैसा कि आपने किसी को स्टार के रूप में आपने फॉर्म किया, that you are a star, right? Tendril, Rachna, all are the stars here, right? That is what that we have defined a term, that a star it is here, right? Clear है? जल्दी से बताएंगे. It is clear? So everybody will now tell the stipulative definition. एक example देंगे सभी लोग, right? Everybody will give the example like, yes, I am a cool. Very good, बहुत ही सुंदर. That is what the stipulative definition here it is, that about the cool. Cool का मतलब ठंडा होता है, but here that you are defining like cool, I am a cool. Okay, चलिए. और Anybody can? Yes, very good, very good, बहुत ही सुंदर. You are like a rose, right? बहुत ही सुंदर. You are like a rose that you can write it. बट यहां पर like शब्द का यूज नहीं करेंगे, right? If you use the like term here, it will be comparative, right? आप रोज के साथ कंपैरिजन कर रहे हैं, right? It will be analogous definitions, we will read it, right? Analogous definition में क्या होता है, हम किसी चीज से कंपैरिजन करते हैं, right? So you will not use the term here, the like. Yes, very good. So simply you can call him at anything, right? आपकी कोई भी चीज, like it is good example, right, that you have given, that I am a cool guy. Okay, this is what the stipulative definition it talks about. It is all clear? चलिए next. It will be fifth, no? If fourth or fifth definition that we are going to read, I think that we have talked about intentional. Yes, fourth number. Yes, very good. That we are going to discussions now. Fourth number, lexical definition. Okay, lexical definitions क्या होता है? See, write it its feature first. It is also termed as reportive definition, right? इसको हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? Reportive definitions भी बोलते हैं. Next, it is the dictionary meaning of a term. Okay, it is the dictionary meaning of a term, or we can say that the common vocabulary. Okay, the common vocabulary of a given language. So ये हमारा क्या है, इसकी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है लेक्सिकल डेफिनेशंस की, that it is termed as reportive definition. It is the dictionary meaning of term. ठीक है, डिक्शनरी मीनिंग होती है, common vocabulary of a given language, right? For an example here, right, example that is defining book, chair, right? ये सारी चीजें जो है, जो आप डिक्शनरी के अंदर जो मीनिंग देखते हो बुक्स का, चेयर का, या फिर इज एनीथिंग, that is what about the dictionary meaning here it is, right? क्लियर है? जल्दी से बताएंगे. This is simple. This is lexical definition is nothing twisted here. It is about the dictionary meaning or common vocabulary of a given language, right? It is all clear? Yes, very good. चलिए next we will discuss about the precising definition, right? Precising definitions. So write it. First characteristics here, that a definition which developed to clarify a vague or ambiguous term. Okay, which is not cleared, right? That is what, to clarify that meaning, that is what the precising definition it is used, right? So it is also often used in legal, scientific, or in the medical setting, right? Like for an example, मेडिकल में किसी भी डिजीज को डिफाइन करना है, राइट? एनी डिजीज दैट यू आर डिफाइनिंग, और इन द लीगल दैट यू आर डिफाइनिंग एन एक्ट और द लॉ. ठीक है, एक्ट, किसी भी एक्ट, लाइक फॉर एन एग्जांपल आर्टिकल 15 दैट यू आर डिफाइनिंग, राइट? that what it is written according to the law, exact word, right? Exact meaning. You have seen the कोर्ट लैंग्वेज. कोर्ट लैंग्वेज में आपने देखा होगा किस तरीके से लीगल या एक्ट या कोई कोई धारा या कोई चीजें किस तरीके से, यस इट इज डिफाइंड द साइंटिफिक टर्म्स दैट इज, और हाउ इट इज डिफाइंड द मेडिकल terms, that how it is defined. This is what about the precising definition, that to clarify the vague or the ambiguous terms, that is. Yes. So for an example, like if I defined, like अगर मैं इस तरीके से डिफाइन करूं, a virus is an infectious agent that causes smallpox. Okay, so this is what that definition, it is precising definition, right? That you have defined the virus, you have defined the virus in the medical term, that it is an infectious agent that causes smallpox. Okay, it is clear everybody? Yes, very good. सो ये ज्यादातर प्रिसाइजिंग डेफिनेशन होता है, लीगल के टर्म में यूज करते हैं, मेडिकल के टर्म में यूज करते हैं, साइंटिफिक चीजों को कोई बताना है, मीनिंग बताना है, दैट इज व्हाट द साइंटिफिक मीनिंग दैट यू वांट टू से. सो दिस इज व्हाट द प्रिसाइजिंग डेफिनेशन हियर इट इज, राइट? इज देयर एनी डाउट टिल नाउ? एवरीबॉडी जल्दी से बताएंगे, कोई डाउट है अभी तक किसी को? Anybody having any doubt in this, any definition that we had discussed till? Okay, very good. चलिए now आगे बढ़ते हैं. 6th number, that is persuasive definition, right? Persuasive definition, it is like, it is any definition that any definition, please write it with me, any definition that attaches an emotive, positive or derogatory meaning to a term where it has done. Okay, second characteristics that you will write, this may be used as a rhetoric tool in a debate, right? Or discussion. So this is what the persuasive definition, you need to persuade, right? आप समझाना चाहते हैं, that is what you are using a rhetoric tool. Okay, the rhetoric tool is used to persuade the communications to the audience, right? The what the message type, what the message which you will frame, कैसा मैसेज आप डिजाइन करेंगे, किसके और किस ऑडियंस को आप समझाएंगे, दिस इज व्हाट अबाउट द रेटोरिक टूल. ओके, सो रेटोरिक टूल को आप यूज करते हो दैट इट इज इन डिबेट और it is in discussion. So that a definition which attaches an emotive or the positive or the derogatory meaning to a term where it has done, right, in order to persuade something. So like for an example here, right, अगर आप abortions बताना चाह रहे हो, right, what you are going to define the abortions, right? So how will you define the abortion? Somebody if it is against abortions, अगर कोई for में है, कोई against में, if it is against the abortions, that how will you define the abortions? That is in order to persuade, so that you will define like that, for an example, as the murder of an innocent child during pregnancy, right? This is what that the murder of an innocent child during pregnancy is called as an abortion, that you are persuading to your group, right? आप सामने वाले अगेंस्ट ग्रुप को आप क्या कर रहे हो, आप समझा रहे हो, that is what about the meaning of the apportion that you are telling, right? That is what the rhetoric tool you are using in a debate or the discussions to make understand better about the term. That is what the derogatory meaning or the positive or the motive that is which is attached here. That is the murder of an innocent child during the pregnancy. That is to be known as persuasive definitions. It is all clear? Everybody, it is clear? Very good. Chaliye. Okay. Now, 7. Operational definition, right? Operational definition, what it is here? Please write a definition that provides meaning of a term by specifying a measurement procedure, right? Provides meaning of a term by specifying a measurement procedure, right? Measurement procedure को आप specify करते हुए आप meaning बताते हो. Like for an example, everybody can give example. बताइए सभी लोग. What can be the example of the operational definitions here? That in that definition there should be the measurement procedure that you are specifying a term, right? Everybody, like for an example of what would be the operational definitions? Her height is 6 feet. Okay. Can it will be not it is that like for an example, 1 cup of milk, right? 1 cup of milk or the 1 cup of sugar, right? His height is 6 feet. Very good. That आप ये बताना चाहते हो उसकी आप लंबाई, राइट? दैट वो कितना टॉल है उसको आपने डिफाइन कर दिया. लाइक द 1 कप ऑफ मिल्क, 1 कप ऑफ शुगर, दैट इज हिज हाइट इज 6 feet और his weight is something. So this is what about the operational definition here. It is about he is taller 2 inch. Yes, very good. Abhilasha has here given the definition that is very much suitable for the operational definitions. That is what he is taller 2 inch, right, than me. He is taller 2 inch than me. That is what the operational definitions. Okay. Clear है सभी को? जल्दी से बताएंगे. It is all clear about the operational definition? Yes. Very good. चलिए. Number 8. Functional definition. Okay. Number 8 is the functional definition, where it talks about, it specifies the purpose. It specifies the purpose or the use of items denoted by term. Okay. चलिए एग्जाम्पल देंगे. It specifies the purpose, right? It specifies the purpose or the use of items denoted by term. Everybody give the example. Functional definitions, where describes about the functionality in the definition, that the purpose or the uses, right? The purpose or the uses of items that denote. Okay. चलिए जल्दी से definitions बताएंगे. Everybody try to make the definitions of the functional definitions. Yes, if you are defining the water bottle, right? अगर आप वाटर बॉटल को, दैट इफ इट इज इन द केस ऑफ द वाटर, वाटर को आप वाटर बॉटल की तरह आप यूज को डिफाइन कर रहे हैं, दैट वाटर इज केप्ट इन द वाटर बॉटल, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप वॉशिंग मशीन या नाइफ का यूज बताइए. यस, एग्जैक्टली दैट आई एम ऑल्सो was going to give the example of knife. Okay, very good. Knife, right? So knife का example देने जा रहे हैं. Knife is used to cut, right? Very good example here it is. बहुत ही सुंदर example. Please note this example, very much important, right? Totally it is related with the functional definition that you are giving the example of knife, right? आप knife का example दे रहे हैं. That is, knife is used to cut. This is what the functional definition that you have defined the purpose or as its use of the items, right? Very good. That is utensils to cook. Yes, very good. Pen is used to write. Great example. Pen is used to write. These all are the example of the functional definition that you are defining the functions, functionality, right? So this is what functional definition. It is all clear, everybody? Very good. चलिए बताएंगे, क्लियर है? That we will move towards the another definitions. Okay, next 9 number definition, that is ostensive definition. Everybody, ostensive definition, that please write it. It is developed by showing someone an object, and attaching a word to it, right? This is the one characteristics. Now write it another one. It is often used where the term is difficult to describe verbally. Both because, what could be the reason? Because the words will not be known, right? Or write it just like example for, because here, that because the nature of the term, right? Because of the nature of the term, that it could not be described, right, verbally. That what is here, that ostensive definition, which basically that is developed by the showing someone an object. आप वर्बली नहीं, आप इसको इंडिकेट करके साइन के फॉर्म में आप इसको बताना चाह रहे हो, उसकी मीनिंग को समझाना चाह रहे हो. दिस इज व्हाट द ऑस्टेंसिव डेफिनेशंस, राइट? लाइक फॉर एन एग्जांपल सभी लोग बताएंगे. Give the example of ostensive definition, that you are showing someone an object, right? That it is attaching a word to it, but it is not spoken verbally. It is not spoken. It is not described verbally, but because of the nature of the term, right? Because that word is very much, it is not used to, because that at that point of time it is very difficult to describe verbally. So that you are showing someone an object like. So what could be the definitions of the ostensive, everybody? Like, everybody, like for an example, that defining red. अगर आप red को define कर रहे हो, right? If you are defining red, you will show some object, right? You will pointing out red objects such as apple, right? Pointing out red objects, that is apple, that it looks red, that you are defining. That is what the ostensive definition. For an example, stop sign. This is what ostensive definition here it is. Okay, everybody, jaldi se batayenge. One more example. Sometimes we won't be knowing the colors, so we used to show the colors. Yes, exactly, Rachna. कभी कभी हम उस टाइम पे हम, राइट, वी आर नॉट नोइंग द कलर्स, हम लोग कलर्स के बारे में जानकारी नहीं होती, इसको कौन सा कलर बोलते हैं, बट वी यूज टू शो द कलर्स, राइट, वी यूज टू point out, right, point out that color, and that is what the name of the word, right, the word is hidden here, the word is attached to the object, word जो रहता है उस object से attach होता है, but we could not describe verbally, so that we point out, right, so this is what the stop signs, right, this is what the stop signs, that is example of ostensive definition. Okay, it is clear, everybody, it clear? Okay, चलिए last 10th definitions, right, this is about the analogous definition, right. Analogous definition से बहुत ही बार क्वेश्चंस पूछा जा चुका है, many times the question has been asked from the analogous definitions, right, तो आपको एग्जांपल्स ये सारी चीजें इसकी इंपॉर्टेंस है, right, this definition has analogy, okay, or corresponding in some particular, okay, like example, a brain and a computer are analogous, right, this is what the corresponding in some particular, that you are comparing the computer as a brain, right, computer as a brain, so a brain here and the computer are analogous, so this is what about the definition, and we can see that computer is like a brain, okay, this is what about the analogous definition, so everybody will give here the analogous definitions, बताइए सभी लोग एक एक, everybody will give one definitions about analogous definitions, okay, like we see it here that computer is like a brain, okay, yes exactly वर्णिका, एक गाना भी है, right, there is a song like चांद सी महबूब हो मेरी, right, so this is what that you are comparing with the चांद, right, the moon, right, you are comparing with the moon, आप moon के साथ comparison कर रहे हैं, that चांद सी महबूब हो मेरी, so this is what about you are comparing with the moon, so this is what can be example of analogous definitions, very good, बहुत ही सुंदर, okay, it is all clear, very good, so this is all about the 10 definition that we read in the today's class, if there is any doubt then please ask, जल्दी से बताएंगे कोई डाउट किसी भी definitions को लेकर है तो आप पूछिए, we will explain, we will repeat it again, okay, is there any doubt in any of the definitions?